They were like these like new looking birds, but they weren't babies. And they were on my fire.
New looking? You mean young?
They're young.
God, I have so much
Great
news.
to see you. I have so much news too.
Oh my God, hell yeah. We both have to talk about our trips.
I was writing so much down. I was like, I'm not going to remember all this. Gotta pull up my notes.
I was trying to write shit down as I was like on vacation. I'm like,
I should have wrote more down during vacation.
Yeah.
Because so much happened. And then I kept thinking of it like through the last week. I'm like, I got to write that one down.
Yeah.
And then it's just out.
Yeah. Are we recording? Yep. All right.
Oh.
We have to start with big news.
All right. Also, we got to prepare everyone. We haven't seen each other for 2 weeks. So
Totally.
It's going to be one of those manic episodes.
Yes, we're having a manic
episode. On the
episode.
train on the way here, I was like, I'm going to go crazy.
Well, first of all, let's start off.
Yeah.
Our dear producer Maxim got married 1 or 2 or 3 weeks ago. I have no idea.
It was like 2 weeks, but
2 weeks ago, I was correct.
Well,
So,
we've already been married. We just had a wedding.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Had the celebration.
Still important.
Still important. And I saw the pictures. They were beautiful. Maxim's wife is unbelievably beautiful. It's fucking
And
crazy.
wonderful.
I know. And the sweetest woman alive. And so congratulations to them. Maxim, do you want to drop your Venmo in case people want to send you a
drop your
wedding
Venmo.
present?
Ooh, it's just at Maxim Allen, MaximAllen, no dashes, no spaces.
Amazing.
There
yeah,
we go.
somebody Venmo him.
Check the registry for different amounts you can send.
To
You
get
don't
some
wanna
ideas of
send
amounts.
before all the different amounts run out.
Yeah.
I hate that about registries because I'm too last minute.
Me too.
I always get on there when all that's left is like sheets.
I know. Like fucking
stuff.
$300 sheets.
Yeah.
My friends, Simone and Doug are getting married in May, and they just sent out the save the dates. And I like looked at the registry and I was like, I don't have to do this now. And so I'm probably not going to get them a gift.
Just do what we did with May's gift. Just
I'll give it to her 2 years after she got
cash
married.
gift. Yeah, 2 years after. Broken bottle of wine. You're done.
That was truly incredible.
Yeah.
That was truly incredible. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to see you, Allie.
Oh my God, me too.
It's been so long.
We have so much to talk about. It's fucking
I'm
crazy.
like, where is this girl in my life?
I know. Finally, we're back together.
Yeah.
And guess what? We're going to have a big, long hang tonight.
Big long hang. I got a show after this. Allie's coming. We're probably going to get pizza.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep.
Let me see. I did write a list because I have too many things.
Well, tell everybody why we haven't seen each other for so long.
Well, I was in Washington State for like a week and a half, seeing my parents, seeing my family, and I met Dwayne's family.
Nice.
That was fun. It was good. His mom, they were both really funny, actually. So like within the first 5 minutes of me showing up, so Dwayne had tried to make some sourdough bread, right?
Oh, he loves doing that.
He's trying really hard to get it right. It's like very finicky, apparently.
He also doesn't have a starter there.
He brought starter. In his carry-on.
He's so nuts. That's crazy. Can you bring that shit on a plane?
He brought in a little tiny bag. He was worried about bringing two. He was like, but if it's
below
a big
3
bag,
ounces.
He did less than 3 ounces, but it's in a big bag. So he was worried that because it's in a bag, they would take it away.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think it's like toothpaste, where it's like,
Totally.
it's a paste.
Yeah. It's not quite a liquid. Anyway.
So he brought starter and he tried to make some bread. It didn't really rise very well.
Yeah.
Right. And so within the first 5 minutes, his mom's making fun of him to me. She threw it away. She threw it away. And then they were telling me about how she threw it away. And then she took it out of the trash while I was there. She cut a big slice off the top and brought it over to me. And she's like, look at this.
Dude, Irish people in their sourdough.
Put my nose in it too.
Dude, Irish people in their sourdough, they're like, look at this fucking shit. What
so,
a disappointment.
She was so mad.
It's
and then
so funny.
also within the first 5-10 minutes, his sister's like, oh my God, I have something horrible for you to see. Horrible. And then she looks at her phone pictures and she's like, okay, look. And I had no idea what it was going to be. I was like, is this really bad?
Yeah.
It's just a picture of Dwayne in high school, like waking up in his really, really messy room. And that's it. And she just had that like ready to go.
That's so funny. It's like in her favorites.
Yeah. And then his dad was really funny. He was roasting him a lot. And every time he would like kind of make a joke about Dwayne, he'd give me a look like, yeah, got him. He was like bringing me in, you know?
Yeah.
And then at
He's
one
like,
point,
that's what we do here.
Yeah. At one point, Dwayne was like talking to his sister and I don't know, they were like miscommunicating or something and he was getting a little frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started kind of raising his voice. And then like in the corner, his dad like nudges me he's like, have you seen him do this yet? And then he described exactly what he does to me.
Have you seen him do this? Like, just get frustrated.
It was so funny. Yeah, and then we went fishing with my parents. And my dad's a huge fisher, right?
That's right.
Loves it. He's been doing it for years and years. He goes out into the ocean, like 40 miles out. No,
he bought your mom that crabbing thing for.
Oh, that's right.
For Christmas. Did you guys get to use it?
No, they've gone crabbing, but we didn't go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he bought my mom a crabbing, a tool to make it so that crabbing's easier, so that she can crab, which is not her hobby.
Yeah, no, she was probably like, oh, it's too hard. That's why I don't like crabbing. And he's like, what if I make it easier?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
And then just
So
completely
funny.
missing the point.
You know what's also funny? My mom, for my birthday, so, you know, she's super into pickleball, right?
Yeah.
For my birthday, she sent me pickleball gear.
Where the fuck are you going to
So
play
they
pickleball?
both do it.
Yeah.
Like my dad bought her crab stuff.
Yep.
That's not her thing.
It's the cycle
my
of
mom
abuse.
buys me pickleball.
It's the cycle of abuse, Brittany.
What am I going to do to someone else?
Yeah, you're going to give me like a horse cape for my birthday.
Exactly. I did it already.
Yeah.
I got my
you did.
I got
You
my
did do it
boyfriend
already.
a horse cape.
God, we're learning so much.
We got to put that picture back up.
I wonder what he's given to his fucking kids. God. What the hell?
The cycle of abuse with gifts is so funny.
Yeah, that's so true. You just got him the stupidest fucking gift and you're like, do you like it? I made it myself. And it's like, no, Brittany, you like it. You fucking like it.
I loved making this.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It's a horse.
I mean, here's the thing. I did love that picture of a lizard.
Yeah.
But that does feel like something you would also like.
But it's supposed to be about it is something I like. It's like
my
a
God, sorry.
friendship picture.
Oh my God, I brought it
'Cause
up
of the
too
pod.
soon. No, I love the lizard picture, Brittany. I just thought that would be another laugh because
Yeah.
you'd make a connection, but you're like, we both like it, right?
Well, I want to make sure.
No, I do love that picture.
That's how the pod started.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think we should just talk about this instead.
Okay, Maxim, can you mediate?
We need that couples therapist in here.
I know, yeah, totally. We got to bring in Mike Amory, my ex-roommate. Anyway.
What else happened? Those were the funniest
went
things,
fishing?
I feel like. Oh, we went fishing. My dad's great at it.
Yeah.
He knows where to go. Like every year now, he goes out. He meets the limit like every time. Like
Oh my
you
God.
can only catch a certain amount, right?
Totally, yeah.
And so he knew though, by the time we got there, like most of the good places were closed for the season.
Yeah.
So he was pretty disappointed, but he was like, well, we'll go to the Puget Sound. That's where I used to go when I was a kid with him. He's like, I don't know, we might not catch anything. And I think he's a little nervous because he's just meeting Dwayne and I think he wants him to have fun.
Totally, and he
stuff.
wants to be like, I'm a man and I know how to fish. I
And
know
he
how to get
thinks
fish.
he thinks if Dwayne doesn't catch a fish, he's going to break up with me or something. Yeah, I guess. Was his worry.
Your dad's up all night researching places to definitely catch a fish.
Yeah. So we went out there. We didn't catch anything, but we thought we were catching things a lot. Because we did. Well, we caught dog sharks. They're like
Dogfish, yeah.
tiny dogfish. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like
but they
tiny
are
little-
sharks, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. I know all about them, by
Oh,
the way.
you do? Of course
I
you
do.
do.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, they're
Why do
sharks.
you know about these?
I don't know, because I like wanted to be a marine biologist. And it was like
I always forget that.
I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was a kid, and also like I lived in New England, so like there was
shark. Also, it's like Rat King, dog
it's like,
shark.
dude, Rat King, dog
it's
shark.
like the name probably interested
Yeah.
you a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like names
Sounds
that
like
have
so-
two things in them.
Yeah.
I like compound words.
And also, it sounds scary.
Yeah,
Dog shark.
Dog shark. And then they're just like little, like they're not even carnivorous. They're like scavengers.
Yeah, they're kinda
and they
cute.
get like this, like a foot and a half long.
Yeah.
And they're sharks, but people call them dogfish. But they also live in the Atlantic. So like whenever I would go to like a museum or an aquarium or something when I was a kid, they would always have them because they were like local fish. And so I feel like I heard about them a lot.
Yeah.
I also think I dissected one in high
Ooh.
school. I think.
I'm pretty sure I dissected a dog.
A
You have
dog?
this weird dogfish. You have this weird memory. It's like, I don't know.
All I remember is the insides. So
So yeah, that's all we caught. But it was fun still. Because the first time we got one on the line, we were just imagining it's a fish for like a couple of minutes while you're reeling in.
wait, so what kind of fish were you like wanting?
Salmon.
Oh, salmon. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Is this sound? Sorry, I have so many questions about this. Is this sound freshwater or saltwater?
Saltwater.
Okay, so it's in the ocean.
Mhm.
Oh, so they're. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have so many questions about
All
the
good. All
biology.
good. We used to go there, and it was so fun for like field trips.
Mm-hmm.
And we just walk around and look at like mussels and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing a sea cucumber, and I don't know if I exaggerated this in my mind or if it happened, because you know how they like kind of vomit.
They throw up all their organs.
They throw up.
So predators will eat them and they can escape.
Yeah.
I know all about this.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think that we saw one do that.
Whoa.
I think maybe they made it do it or it got scared. It feels weird if they would make it do it.
Yeah, totally.
But also, it was the 90s. So
totally, yeah. Nobody cared
feels
about
less
sea
like-
cucumbers, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first time there was a touch tank at a local aquarium near me, and I remember like feeling they had sea cucumbers and they had like little tiny things in there. I remember feeling sea cucumbers and remembering the texture of them.
Yeah.
And then when I
remember.
grew up and felt a soft penis for the first time, I was like, this is the same texture.
Yeah.
Same exact texture.
Yeah, but dry, I guess.
Yeah. Not when I'm done with them.
Did you let the guy know?
Yeah,
Really?
I did. And he hated it. It was my boyfriend in high school who like called me white trash all the time and thought he was the best man in the world.
So yeah, it was fun though because we kept thinking we were getting a fish.
Yeah.
So the anticipation was fun, even though by the third one we're like, well, it's probably a dogfish.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So when they were dogfish, did you just have to release them?
Yeah.
And if you got a salmon, would you be able to keep it?
Yeah, but there's like certain numbers. There's
Like
like certain
weights and
limits on
stuff?
different types.
Yeah,
and,
like
and size.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
So we had like a license and a little card where you have to fill everything out that you do.
yeah.
And then at the end, when you pull up to the dock, there's a guy, like a wildlife guy, who's like, hey, what did you catch out there?
yeah.
And they can go investigate if they want to,
Yeah.
like to make sure you're not catching a ton of fish.
Mm-hmm.
So we just told him we didn't catch anything. And he kind of interrogated us. We
Yeah.
told him we caught dogfish.
Yeah.
And he's like, did you throw them back? And we're like, yeah. we threw 'em
What would you
back."
even do with them?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I meant to look whether you could eat them or not, but
Yeah, I feel like you probably
people don't
can't.
talk about eating shark.
Because sharks are all cartilage. Their bones are cartilage, except for their jaws.
Well, what's moving them around then?
It's like hard cartilage.
No, but like they don't have muscles?
No, I mean they have muscles, Brittany. Jesus Christ.
Well, then that's what's moving them around. We eat muscles.
But I just feel like the meat on them would be like a weird texture.
I feel like the texture's bad.
Because
like
they're
really
like
chewy.
Yeah. And also like
Yeah.
their skin is really tough and shit. Like I feel like they're not very like meaty. You know?
I don't think they're good.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can look it up at some point.
Let's look it up later. I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
I've had too many chances to look it up. I think I've just lost my chances.
Yeah, you're just like, I
Yeah.
don't get that information anymore.
Yeah, I'll never know. So that was fun. What else? Then I went to Raleigh for a show.
That's right.
It was like a music festival, but then there was a stand-up comedy portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun. Rufat was there.
Oh, cool.
Vanessa Jackson.
Oh, amazing.
This woman from Atlanta who's really funny, whose name I can't remember right now. Dang it. And then Joe Pera was headlining.
Oh, great.
And he was great. He was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you haven't seen Joe Pera, you got to go see him.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like an alt comic.
Yeah.
But his thing is so weird and good.
He's also like, I feel like alt comedy, the definition has changed a lot.
He's not like,
Yeah. How do we say this without just doing the act of someone we hate? There's people who like do alt comedy, like Maria Bamford and like Joe Pera and stuff like that.
Dan Licata.
Dan Licata, yeah. Like, and alt comedy has kind of taken this like thing where it's like just not funny anymore.
Just not funny or just like racist for some reason.
Or
like
it's either that or it's just like somebody being like, oh, my boobs are too big. My boobs are too big.
Yeah.
And like that's their whole act, and there's not a lot of jokes, and they just kind of do things for like shock value, but without writing. Yeah.
Lots of that. And like sometimes over reliance on the character. But like
Totally.
like you're saying, just being weird but not having there's no like
a
thing to
punchline.
it.
Yeah, totally.
He's not like that. He's very
But he's
funny.
like a true alt comic.
Yeah.
Like in the like old school definition. Yeah. And he's great.
The funniest thing, so you have to know Joe Pera is he's very like in his act, he's like very calm.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of acts like he's a grandpa or something.
Yeah.
Or like an older person who just has like bird watching hobbies.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the vibe he gives.
Totally.
In his act.
Mm-hmm.
Before he went on, so we all went on late. The comedy portion started at like 10 and there were so many comics. So he wasn't going on till like 12:30 at night.
And this is all one show?
All one show.
Jeez.
But it's a festival, so people are coming in and coming out, just like
Gotcha.
seeing whoever they want.
That also kind of seems worse.
Yeah, it was weird. By the end of it, though, there were a ton of people there, and it was like a good show.
To see him, yeah.
When I was on, it was kind of late, but it was fine. But anyway, it's late, so he's probably like worried about not, being awake enough to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the phone with Dwayne outside, and I look over, and I see Joe Pera, like, doing little sprints down the street to try and get energy for his spot. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because when he gets on stage, he's like,
I know.
I saw a squirrel in the tree today, and
if you don't know Joe Pera, look up his stand-up right now, because first of all, he's so funny, but also watch it and then imagine him sprinting down the street. I'm
to get hyped.
Yeah,
to be like that. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
God, that's so
and like,
funny.
I know him, but I don't know him well enough to like make fun of him.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with Dwayne. I was like, oh my God, guess what's happening right now? And I told him, and he's like, you should take a video. And I would have loved to, but I don't know him well enough to do that.
To do it, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
so
that's
I'll just
so
say it on
funny.
the pod instead.
Yeah. God.
How was your trip?
All right, so I went to LA with Dave.
Yeah. Oh, should we do the intro real quick?
Oh my God, yeah.
Jesus.
Oops.
We
got too excited.
In.
15.
Oh,
fuck. No. Welcome to Wordless Clowns.
Welcome to Wordless Clowns. It's a podcast about how stupid we are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Pretenders Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill, and follow the YouTube and fucking all that
yes.
shit.
And after you talk about your updates, we got to plug our upcoming shows.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Okay. So anyway, I went to LA with Dave.
Yeah.
Dave
Ross.
Check
out his merch. I love his new merch he put out today.
The ones that's like
it's like sports merch, but it's like it's like sad. It's like dad.
Yeah,
but then there's like a tough bear.
Yeah,
like,
there's like a bear roaring and it just says dad. Yeah. It's great.
It's very good.
It's so good. Or it's like a guy swinging a bat and it's like, I need a therapist. Yeah. It's like shit like that. It's great. Yeah, go to his store and buy it, please. God. But yeah, so we went to like the West Coast. We didn't go to like LA only. We flew in he was there for a week in LA only. And then I flew in on Saturday and we were in LA Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday we left and we went to San Luis Obispo, stayed at the Madonna Inn, which was fantastic for one night.
Is that like famous?
The Madonna Inn I went there with Ryland and Odea like 2 years ago. And it's that place that every room is different. And it's definitely like kind of a place for swingers.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. And then we did a show in Morro Bay where I saw otters in the wild.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Cleared my throat. Because I started drooling not drooling, but like salivating when you said otters.
Yeah.
I just swallowed a lot at once
so delicious.
And I cleared it out. Yeah, because we're all eating animals now. That's this big story.
I know. Yeah, we're like, what do you think otters would taste like? And so we saw otters in real life. Like we were walking down, we were early for the show in Morro Bay. And then we just like walked down to the water and like we were walking down the pier and whatever.
We saw otters in real life.
In real life with my own eyes in the wild, bro. And like they were like two little like like they were adults, and they're also like much bigger than you like think. Yeah, they're like probably like this big.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like maybe
I think
bigger.
I imagine them around that size.
Oh, I feel like they're in my mind. They're like cat sized.
Oh.
But anyway, and they were just like two adults, and they would like be like rolling around in the water and like playing, and then they would stop and they would like wash their face and then like wash their body like this. It was so fucking cute. We watched it for so long, and then we went to go do the show, and the show was fun. And
wait, when you were watching the otters, were you the one lingering longer? Or was Dave like?
No,
was he like, okay, come on, we're ready?
Definitely lingering longer.
That's what I imagined.
Yeah, of course I was. I was like, "Are you fucking seeing this?"
That's how I am. I'll stop and I'll look at a squirrel, and you're like, "Come on,
yeah, no,
we gotta get to the train."
That's 100% true. Yeah, that did happen like the other day. I feel like, or a couple of weeks ago. You were
happened
like,
after a pond.
Yeah, and we were walking to the train. You were like, "Look at this squirrel," and I was like, "Yeah, okay."
I love squirrels.
Just like a thing you see every day. You're like, "Oh my God, it's on the tree." And I'm like, that's where it usually is.
If there's a bird that lands on my fire escape while I'm working from home, I will go look at it for
do that too.
5 minutes.
I do that too. I will like press my nose up against the glass looking at the bird. And I'm like, "You're so close to me and you have no idea."
And I'm like, "Hey, little guy."
Yeah. I'm like, "Do you like my balcony?"
And I'm like, "Don't go away. Don't go away yet."
And I'm like, "There's a dog in here, but you're safe."
I put seed out for those little birds that one time. No, not seed. I didn't have seed. I put oats out. They didn't touch them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It feels like seeds to me.
I get. Yeah, I mean, I see how you made the connection. I probably would have done the same thing.
And I only did it because it was those teenage birds, and I was worried about them because they were.
I'm sorry.
No. I didn't tell you about this.
Teenage birds.
They were like these like new looking birds, but they weren't babies, and they were on my fire.
New looking? You mean young?
They're young. Oh man. They were on my fire escape, and they were like not leaving, and they seemed like they were having trouble. I feel like they hadn't flown yet, and they were scared to fly because they were just stuck there like all day. Yeah, they were like new looking.
Yeah.
There were these like birds that were like inexperienced, you know?
Yeah. You're like, I wish there was a better word to describe this. But they were like new, like fresh, and zero experience. Hadn't been alive for very long. Yeah.
Well, I don't really need to tell this bird story, but so I put oats out there because I was worried about them. Because they were there for like a whole day without flying. Yeah. And there was no like parent coming around.
Yeah.
And then that's when one of them flew into my apartment. I didn't tell you this.
When did this happen?
What the hell? This happened like months ago.
Wait, a bird flew into your fucking
which
apartment?
Is something
I don't know about it?
I always used to worry about because I had this window where I'd open the top section up.
Yeah.
Just so there's fresh air always coming in.
Yeah.
And I leave it open all the time. And every so often I'd be like, oh man, one day a bird's going to fly in or a bat. Yeah. And then I'm like, that's not realistic, Brittany. They're not going to fly in here. Yeah. I'm on the fourth floor too.
Yeah.
So then I come home one day, or I'm at home, and I hear my curtain was pulled though, but I hear something hit it, and I look over, and it's like there's like a thing moving my curtain all around.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's a bird. And then I'm too scared. It didn't like leave from beneath the curtain, but I knew it was in there.
Yeah.
So then I'm scared for like 10 minutes. I'm like trying to approach the curtain, and I'm not scared of a bird, but I'm scared of the surprise of how it comes out.
Of course, because they like fly, they'll fly erratically like at your face and shit. Yeah.
And he's inexperienced. So he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. He's very new.
Yeah. So then I finally opened the curtain, and he doesn't move at all. He's just sitting on this little like plant pot.
He's like, help.
Yeah,
help
he doesn't
me,
know what to do. He's like in shock.
He's like, dude, I don't know how I got in here.
Yeah.
I'm new.
I'm new. I'm new here.
I'm new here. Can you help?
And I was like, well, I guess he's not going to move. I try to like be like, you know. I try to
Wait, what were you? What did you try to do?
I try to be like, you know. I like moved my body fast to like just get him to fly.
I would literally kill my dog to get this footage of you trying to do this. This is so. I wish.
Can't believe I didn't tell you this.
I know. I can't believe I didn't fucking know this.
I got a little video of the bird I'll put on the Instagram sitting in my apartment. And then
And he's like, it's nice in
I was
here.
like, this guy's not moving at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe he's so shocked he's not going to move and I can just pick up the pot thing and put it out the window.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got close, he was like,
oh, fuck.
He's like, okay, I can fly. And then he flew and it was really erratic, but he got out much quicker than I expected.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy
crazy.
day.
Crazy.
Anyway, you're looking at otters.
So we were looking at otters.
That was a big tangent.
Yeah. And on the way
Animal pod
the
today.
big animal pod. It's because we haven't been together for so long. We're just
I
like,
saw so many animals
we're
in the
like,
last
dude,
3 weeks.
I saw a dog shark and I saw otters and there was a bird in my apartment. That's this pod.
And remember the squirrel?
And you remember the squirrel I saw? That was cool, right? This is the entire pod today. I know. Our trip is...
Write in about animals you've seen.
Please. Our trip is literally like defined by the animals we saw throughout it. That's so crazy. For both of us.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I have more animal stuff to tell you.
Let's go.
So... So... Brittany's losing her mind.
At first, I was kind of joking about how animal filled this pod was, and then when you started listing everything we said,
I know.
it truly has been, and
I know.
we haven't even gotten to our stories.
It's
yet.
been 30 minutes on this podcast, and all we've done is talk about the animals we've seen over the past 2 weeks. It's crazy. Not everyone should have a podcast, I don't think.
Oh man, I can't stop.
I was gonna tell you guys after, but I saw like black squirrels and deer and like big fish in the last 2 weeks.
Whoa! All right, this pod's gonna be 2 hours long. Everybody's telling about their animals. Wait, black squirrels? I think you mean African American, Maxim.
Yeah, they've got different squirrels in Michigan, I guess.
They have different squirrels?
I've seen
Yeah.
black squirrels.
I think I've seen pictures of them. I thought they were just like
man.
the opposite of albino. Are you okay?
I'm so stressed from crying.
Oh my God. If I took a picture of you and sent it to anyone, they would be like, what happened to her? Did she
They'd
get
be like, you're belittling her.
Did she
You're
get
cutting her down?
assaulted?
Yeah.
Did Brittany
Yeah.
just get robbed?
I feel insane. But it feels good, you know.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
I saw the otters. And me and Dave were talking about the otters on the way home, and we
Yeah.
were like, oh my God, it's so fucking cool. Like they're adults and they play and they
Yeah.
hang out, and that's so cool that like as adults they do that shit.
Yeah.
And then there was a long silence and my like autistic animal brain kicked in, and I was like, I think they rape fish though. And then I looked it up and they do.
Oh no.
They rape like baby
Fish?
seals and shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're like one of those animals that's like, you're like, ooh, they're so smart, but then like, because they can figure
They're
out
too
puzzles,
smart.
but then they're smart in a human way where they're like,
They're
oh,
like, here's how I'll commit a crime.
yeah, I know, yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
they're like, I can kill this guy's baby.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they do with their intelligence because they live in the wild. It's so crazy.
And I'll just claim I didn't know because it looked like me. Or
yeah,
something.
totally.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I can kill all of the other like male offspring in
Yeah.
here, and then I won't have any competition. Like that's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
do with it. And so,
Man, I'm always thinking of crimes I could commit. I'm full of ideas about crimes.
like what? Give me an example.
I don't know. I'll tell you next time I have one. But I feel like I'm always like, well, I could just do that.
Yeah.
You know? Or
I mean-
I'm like, if I was going to do it, I would do it like this.
Totally. I mean, yeah, totally. Like,
Also, I don't want to give anyone else some ideas.
you think nobody's ever thought of a crime before, Brittany?
I think sometimes I think of a way where a crime that's already, type of crime, I'll be like, well, this is where you do it because
Totally.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't want to I'll tell you at dinner.
Okay.
I'll give you the information, but you got to keep it safe.
Oh, I'm gonna commit those crimes if you give me that information.
My whole diary is just like ways I would commit different crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, so first, I soak my fingers
Yeah.
in pineapple juice so that my fingerprints dissolve, so I don't have fingerprints.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
So anyway,
I'm done doing that.
it's okay. I also saw horses because, yeah.
Well, I got to interrupt now.
I saw horses because we were at the Madonna Inn, and it's on a ranch, and there's horses there. And it's funny because there was one horse that like, there was probably like, I would say 5 horses, and they were all standing like near the fence, and people were like, oh, they're so cute. And then every time a horse would like come over to say hi to someone, there was one horse that would like put its ears back and like lunge at the other one, and he'd be like, don't fucking touch them.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really crazy. He was being like protective in a weird way. And then
did the other horses seem to appreciate it, or were they like?
No, they were afraid of him. So they didn't like touch any of the people, but I pet the one that hated everyone.
Oh yeah.
And
did he just want to be the only one that
I think
got
that's
attention?
what it was. Yeah. And so then there's a video of me like hanging out with the horses, and
can't wait to see this.
I know. And Dave was like taking a video of me, and I didn't know that he was.
Also, Allie didn't say a video of me standing with the horses. She said a video of me hanging out with the horses.
No. Because I wasn't just standing with them.
Yeah.
We were hanging out.
Were they like bumping you and stuff?
Yeah, we were like talking about our day.
Yeah.
I was like finding about his family and shit. We were having a beer. You know, we were hanging out.
They're showing you like some TikTok videos.
Yeah. They were like, dude, I love cleaning TikTok. But and there's like in the video, you can hear me being like, uh-oh, ears back. That's horse body language. And I turn around and I look at Dave and I'm like, oh, fuck. That's horse body language. Ears back bad. I fucking knew it.
Man, that's great.
So we went to, we were in San Luis Obispo, drove to San Francisco, did a show in Mill Valley. Then we flew out of San Francisco, went to Portland, where I met his cousins.
Yeah.
His cousin Tommy and his wife Jessa and their baby.
I saw the baby.
Dude,
so cute.
Lewis, he's so... Okay, I like kids and babies and shit.
Yeah.
But this baby specifically, he was the most extroverted baby I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
He was just like so fucking down to hang out.
Aww.
And he was like obsessed with everyone around. He was so cute.
Oh, man.
And then his parents, Tommy and Jessa, are so fucking cool, but they were like the most tired people I've ever seen in my entire life because they have a 6-month-old baby.
Yeah.
We have this picture where Dave took a picture of the two of them sitting next to each other. And like Tommy has
They
Lewis.
look like it looks like mugshot pictures.
Well, no, Tommy has Lewis on his shoulders.
Oh.
And he like can see the camera and he's like, and then Jess is sitting there like she literally looks so tired. And so they were great. We stayed in Portland for 2 nights and did a show. And then we went back to San Francisco and we did 2 shows in Portland.
Nice.
And let me
How
tell
was
you something.
Portland? I never performed there.
Portland was kind of weird. I feel like they didn't like me that much, but also everybody was there for Dave. It was like Dave headlining at a club and I was just featuring for him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Dave's fans who are like already like sensitive, emotional people because that's what Dave talks about a lot.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they were in Portland. So everything I said, they were like unsure of how to react to it. It felt like, I don't know, maybe not.
It's like
some of them really did like me. Also, somebody told me that they liked Worthless Clowns at that show. So
What
whoever
the
you
hell?
are, whoever you are,
God. Thank you.
because also like people who listen to Dave's podcast, like sometimes they listen to this one too.
Yeah.
And so whoever that was fucking cool. Thanks. You were great. Everybody else was fine.
Remember? Can I interrupt real quick?
Mm-hmm.
This is actually an update that I think we both meant to get to before and we never did.
Okay.
Remember when we went to see?
Yes.
We went to see Eat, the band that we talk about all the time that we like. They're so much fun to watch.
Listen to them. They're great.
And we're sitting out like eating and having drinks.
Yeah.
And we're at a table and this guy comes up to us and the way he approaches us, it feels like he's telling us we gotta leave the table.
Yeah.
Like he works there and like the table was reserved and we weren't supposed to sit down. So me and Allie see this guy approach and we're both like, oh no, we're in trouble.
We're like, oh, sorry.
And then he goes, hey, I just want to let you know, like I listen to the pod and you guys are so funny and stuff.
And he's like, sorry to bother you, bye. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. But we were both saying after, even when he said, hey, you guys are great, we were still waiting for him to tell us to leave the table.
We were still...
Like he was trying to do like one of those like compliment sandwiches or something.
Yeah. We were still ready to get in trouble. Yeah. And then he was like, sorry to bother you, bye. And then like, I felt like we couldn't even react well in the moment.
No.
Because...
I was like,
this isn't real. I'm sorry. I have to get out of this table.
Yeah. I'm bothering someone. I know it.
Yeah.
It might not be you, but someone's going to be mad.
I know. Yeah. But whoever you are, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you enjoy it.
Yeah. It was so nice.
And then we went to San Francisco, saw my Auntie Jesus.
Yeah.
She was so fucking funny, dude.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. One more thing. On the way back from Portland, I know this is taking so long.
It's all right.
On the way back from Portland, we were at the airport and Dave has TSA pre-check, so he just goes through.
Yeah.
And then I have to like wait in line. Well, actually what happened is he usually goes with me because he like wants to hang out. But I had a bag.
That's so sweet.
I know, it's really sweet. But I had a bag that I wanted to take to Portland because, I don't know, it was a weird situation, but we only had my suitcase and both of us had like our personal item and then one suitcase because it was easier to travel with that. And he left his bags in San Francisco at a friend's house. And when you have TSA pre-check, they don't check your bag as thoroughly. And I had a bunch of like liquids in there, not in a bag.
Oh.
And so I was like, you have to go through TSA pre-check with my bag.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't, all of my products don't get thrown out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was waiting in the line alone and I was, you know how they like check your ID and then you go into security?
Yeah.
So the guy who was checking IDs, like, was obsessed with IDs.
Whoa. He's memorizing every ID.
Or like, he was literally like the guy before me, he was like, "Oh, Montana, huh? Pretty flimsy. Don't worry, you'll get the new one next year."
What?
And he was,
Is this like he's a new employee?
I
So
don't
he's
know.
like having fun the first few days?
well, I don't know because he seemed to be talking from a place of like actual authority. So I'm like, this is the perfect job for this guy.
Yeah.
Is to literally just look at IDs all day. And he was like, New York, huh? Oh, and then, oh my God, he took mine and he was like, New York, huh? Wow, look at the quality. Look at that.
Oh
look
my
at that. And he
God.
like pointed at my ID and was like, look at that right there.
He's
so
getting
cool.
other people's attention.
He's like, I love these
See
new
this?
ones. Yeah. He's like, I love these new ones. Have a nice day. He like literally talked about everybody's ID and was obsessed with everybody's
That's
ID.
so funny.
And I was like, God, this guy's the
man.
perfect fucking job.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire life.
I wonder if he has a collection of old IDs or something. I don't
Yeah,
really
maybe.
believe this, but
He could.
he seems so into it.
Totally. Yeah.
He's just like online looking at pictures of old IDs.
yeah, and he's like,
stuff.
oh, Utah's got a new one coming out soon.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see those.
Yeah.
Film in my hands.
He's like one of those people who collects those quarters, you know?
yeah. The state quarters.
But with IDs.
Yeah.
Just different formats.
Yeah. And like, also like, working at an airport is the perfect place to do that. Because if he was a bouncer, he'd see the same kind of ID all
Yeah.
the time. But he's at an airport, so he's
Yeah.
seen all different kind of.
Man,
I was just
good
like,
for him.
I just like felt so happy
Found
for
his
him.
place.
Truly, I was like, dude, this guy's got it all figured out. Oh man.
You're like, I wish I knew what I liked.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, I wish I could find my IDs.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
man.
and so, I saw my auntie Jesus, and we went to go see a concert together. We saw Eagles of Death Metal because they were
Oh.
playing for free in a
Whoa.
park in San Francisco.
Mhm.
And like Dave met my auntie Jesus and my uncle Walt, and my auntie Jesus was so fucking high the entire time.
Yeah.
She was so funny. She kept being like, I was like, oh, we met Dave's like cousin's baby. And he's like, oh, what are you getting? She was like, what are you getting, baby fever? You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need a baby. And I was like, don't worry, I'm not going to have a baby.
It's
and she's
nice
like,
to hear an adult say that.
no,
by the
totally.
way.
She's like, no, you don't
Does
need
she
to
have
be.
kids?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I want to talk to more people who never had kids and see how happy they are.
Totally. Cindy, Barb,
Yeah,
so many
Cindy's
people.
happy.
Yeah, Cindy's doing great, and
Yeah.
she's like successful and like has a
Yeah.
great life, and she doesn't have a kid.
She has a lot of friends too.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
And Barb was like, you don't have to fucking do that. And so like, then we went to the porta potties together, and they had those little hand washing stations where you like pump the thing at the bottom with your
Yeah.
foot to like get the water to come out. And like, we've known each other. She's known me my entire life. So you know how like when you're with like adults
yeah.
that have known you for a long time, they like do something that kind of treats you like a kid.
Yeah.
So she was like, do you know how to use these? You gotta pump it. You gotta pump it. Yeah, you gotta pump it, girl. Yeah, pump it. And then she like realized what she was doing. She's like, God, I'm so fucking high.
Man, she sounds so cool.
Dude, and then we were like, there was like a little yard sale thing, and there was
Yeah.
this like cool like San Francisco 49ers jacket. It was like a Letterman jacket, and it was a large, and she was like, put this on, this is so cool. And I put it on, it was way too big for me. And she's like, what about for Dave? And I'm like, Dave's an extra large. And she's like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm an XXL because my big tits.
Man.
God, it was great. And then I came home and I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so tired, but it was so fun. God.
Yeah. I had a really good trip.
Yeah, me
shows,
too.
Most shows were good?
Yeah. Most of them were good. There was a few like the one in Mill Valley. So the one in Mill Valley is at a theater where like Robin Williams used to drop into all the time because
Yeah.
he lived there. And it's all really rich old people, but they pay you really, really well.
Nice.
So like that show was like fine.
Yeah.
And like kind of like annoying, but I was like, whatever, I'm getting paid a bunch for this, so I don't really care that it's a bunch of old people who don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the shows were pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a show coming up
That's right.
at QED in
Yes.
Queens, October 10th.
Yeah.
It's me and Allie.
Yep.
Both doing like 30 minutes.
We're doing Motorcycle Horse.
Motorcycle Horse.
Yep.
Is the name of the show. We're doing it again.
Yep.
So get your tickets.
Get those tickies.
Yeah, they'll be up by the time they
But
hear
yeah,
this.
totally.
Yeah.
yeah.
What are they? $10 or something?
I think they're 10.
Probably
yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
It'll
be
be
pretty
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm filming a special December 3rd in the Lower East Side in New York at the Slipper Room.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets will be up by then too, I think, for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We got some stuff coming
Yeah.
up. Get those tickets right now.
And I'm going to be in Chicago, Milwaukee, and Phoenix
Oh shit.
from September 26th to October 5th.
Go to our
So
Instagram
go to my
and find
Instagram,
the
yeah. I
dates
don't
and
know.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
So we have 20
Should we
minutes.
do the posts?
Yeah, let's just go into the post. 'cause
I think we
talked so
told
much.
enough stories. And I'm worried we're going to talk about animals again.
I know. And did you see the other thing I sent you in the Slack? The other thread?
Oh, I saw that you sent it, but I didn't.
Oh, that's okay. Because I'm glad we shouldn't do that one today because it's also about animals.
Too animal. I mean, we've already lost everyone who didn't want to keep hearing about animals.
I think we lost those people a very long time ago.
I wonder how many people we lose when I cry.
I think people like that.
Yeah.
I think people like it.
Yeah.
Right? You better fucking
Right?
like it, you assholes.
All right. So here's a post from Am I Overreacting? Ooh, different Reddit. Am I overreacting? My girlfriend wants. Oh, I'm not going to read the headline because it gives away too much. It's okay. Basically, every few weeks I come home and some of my groceries are missing and replaced by miniature plastic versions of themselves. Basically. Apparently,
I think they did.
come home from work and looking forward to a Coca-Cola.
So weird that he said Coca-Cola.
Yes, it is.
Like it's the 1950s.
Yeah. Okay, great. My Coca-Cola is gone and there's a miniature plastic version. Break something small and need to tape it back together. Why is he doing this like it's commercial?
I know.
Like it's an infomercial for a product that's helpful.
Or like a product that just sucks.
Yeah. Break something small and need to tape it back together. Oh, good. Miniature duct tape.
Okay, honestly, this is hilarious.
Yeah. Make eggs and want some Tabasco. Oh, great. Miniature Tabasco. You get the point. Kind of funny, but pretty annoying too.
Oh, also, he lives with his girlfriend or wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
So far, all fair play. Clearly, my girlfriend thinks it's some sort of funny prank or practical joke. But the thing that's weird is that she never acknowledges that it's her. Even when I start to get genuinely upset or frustrated, she insists that it's so strange how random objects are shrinking in her home.
God, this is honestly
And she's like
so
smirking
funny.
to herself.
It's
after.
so funny, but it would be so annoying if I was
Yeah.
that guy.
Do you know who I picture when he talks about his girlfriend?
Who?
You know the girl who's on I Think You Should Leave in some sketches and she's like crazy?
Yeah.
She's got long dark hair.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. I do not remember her
That's
name.
who this is to me.
Yeah. And she's like, I guess things are
Yeah.
shrinking in here.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
that one sketch where they're at a company party and
Yes.
she's mad because she couldn't keep her rats in her drawer at the office or something.
Yeah.
So there's like a cutout cardboard thing of her boss because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
And she keeps like messing with it like
Yeah.
it's him. She keeps like giving him a ton of shots. And then at some point she brings in like dog poop in a cup. Anyway,
I know.
that's this girl to me.
I love whenever we describe a Tim Robinson sketch, it sounds fucking like if you've never seen the show before, you'd be like, why is that even funny?
I know. As I started saying it, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but I know that's accurate.
She can't keep her rats in a drawer, so she brings in dog poop in a cup.
This all culminated to last night. Last night I came home and I'd been craving something sweet all day, so I started baking blueberry muffins, my genuine favorite treat for myself. Genuine? I get everything together, preheat the oven. I'm about to start making the batter when I open the cabinet and oh look, the flour is gone and replaced with a miniature bag of flour. And remember, these are plastic, so you couldn't even have a small amount of flour.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Also, even if it was a small bag of flour, that would still suck as much as no flour.
Yeah, because it's like the amount of like salt you get in the little packet.
Yeah,
like
I'm just like, you're just like, and just as a reminder, by the way, everybody, this isn't even a little bit of flour.
Haha, so funny. I immediately call her and ask her where she put it, and she keeps playing dumb. I start making a slightly bigger deal about it, and I'm like, look, I went to the store to get fresh blueberries. I've been looking forward to this. Can you please tell me where the flour is? She won't drop the act. Like, what the hell? Before we ended the call, she slyly dropped, as if you need more muffins, and hung up. Like, what the hell?
Oh my God. This is so... Okay, also, I sent this to you, and I did not read the end of the post, but I was like, this is great. I didn't even know this was going to happen, but she's making everything smaller to be like fatty.
Yeah. All of his best foods.
Yeah.
Tiny.
That is so crazy. God.
I haven't called her back yet, so we haven't talked in over a day. I'm pretty mad at her over this. I guess maybe they don't live together.
Yeah.
I'm pretty mad over this. I went way out of my way to do something special for myself, and she wouldn't drop the act when I made it clear I was genuinely upset. Reddit, I know this sounds insane, but I'm genuinely considering breaking up over this. She clearly doesn't take my needs seriously. My needs. That's like when people use a therapy line in a context where it's like, I mean, I would be mad too.
Totally.
But I wouldn't consider this a need.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, and also about the therapy speak, when people love to throw around the term gaslighting.
Yeah.
This is what gaslighting actually is.
Yes. This
is like an actual description of gaslighting. It's not just lying. It's not like somebody saying something you don't like.
Yeah.
It's actually this type of
the
thing.
Lady.
Yeah, what she's doing.
Yeah.
Where she like does something to frustrate him.
Yeah.
And then when he's frustrated, she's like, why are you frustrated?
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. By the way, you're fat too.
Yeah. Yeah. Calling somebody fat is not gaslighting.
Yeah.
Even though some people might say it is.
Yeah. You know what's making me mad is like, it's not, a prank is fun. This could be very fun.
Yeah.
The first 2 times would be fine.
Also, to do it with like, I think it would be funny to do it like toilet paper roll is out.
Yeah.
Put it in the cabinet where you keep the toilet paper.
Yeah.
A tiny toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, where's that toilet paper? Then I bring some in.
Yeah.
Then,
there's got to be the relief. Like, if there's no real danger.
Yeah. Because it's like so funny to be like, where's the toilet paper?
Yeah.
And then it's like this big.
Yeah.
Like, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this.
If this happened twice, I would be like, I love my girlfriend. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be like, she's so silly. Like, as long as you
She's fun and it's smart. Her idea is smart.
Totally.
Which actually I found out it's just something she saw on TikTok. So that made me mad too.
Oh my God.
It's like an existing prank.
Oh.
That you got to come up with your own pranks.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you're going to benefit from them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to get any credit, you got to come up with it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there has to be some resolution to it where it's not only the prank. Like there has to be like, because it's not a prank if you like, okay, so let's say like the prank is somebody like goes into the bank and they park their car and then you move their car somewhere else and they come back and they're like, and it's like, oh, you got towed.
Yeah.
It's not a prank if you're like, all right, it's impounded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
That's just like a dick thing to do.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, it got towed and they're like, oh, fuck. And then you're like, just kidding, it's around the corner.
Yeah.
That's a prank.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it would still be a prank if he really, really bought this for some reason.
Yeah.
And she was letting it continue because he still was like, oh my God, things keep shrinking.
Yeah.
But
totally.
even then, at some point, I would have to be like, he has to understand this isn't real.
I know, yeah. If he didn't know it was real and he was concerned things were shrinking, there would be a whole different issue.
That'd be a big issue.
He'd be like, I'm getting so big.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting huge. You go back to the bed and it's a twin. He's like, fuck.
I knew I was fat.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, you are. Here's some Ozempic.
You want to be a giant? This is what it's like.
Dude, this is what the commercial for Ozempic should be.
Yeah.
Everything. You just walk into your house.
Shrinking.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
God.
We could end it there. Oh. We still have 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes. Let's fucking keep going.
Let's keep going.
Have you ever pulled a prank?
Oh, big time. I think I talked about big time.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
I'm a big prankster, not to brag.
Yeah, just a little prank. Well, I told you about, I think we did this on Onika's pod.
Oh, yes.
I'll explain it again real quick, but for April Fool's Day, I used to love April Fool's Day. We would always pull pranks on each other. It was so fun. For April Fool's Day that one year, my grandparents were staying with us. And this wasn't meant for them, but it ended up being all them.
Yeah.
But I had put, because we had that dog that would poop in the house all the time. It would make everyone so mad.
We had that dog that would poop. The
timing on
pause
that.
between, you were like, we had that dog that would poop in the house. And I was like, what? Like, you paused for way too long. We had that dog that would poop, you know?
We had that dog that would chew kids' arms.
Yeah.
He was horrible. He was pooping all the time.
Oh, it was Trouble.
Trouble, yeah. And I thought it'd be really funny which now I'm like, I was being this lady a little bit, but I was a kid, so I have an excuse.
Totally.
Because like my dad would get so mad at the dog, right?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny if I put little piles of refried beans everywhere.
I also love like the thought that went into this is like you're like texture, color.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I put like piles of refried beans in the bathroom and like in the hallway and stuff. And I also tied up the sink, the faucet. You know how you could like, they don't really have these much anymore, but you'd have that thing you could pull out and spray around.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I put a rubber band around that, which was like a thing people were doing all the time. Me and my brothers used to do it to each other.
So when it would turn on, it would just spray outward.
Sprays you right in the face. And it was meant for my parents.
Yeah.
But my grandparents woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And my grandpa steps in all the refried beans. And he doesn't realize it's refried beans, and he cleans it all up thinking it's dog poop.
So funny.
And my grandpa goes to take her medicine, and she gets shot in the face with the spray. These poor people.
So you just wake up in the morning and there's nothing wrong in the house and nobody's angry because your grandparents are just like good, nice people.
They're just so nice. They're like, I guess we'll clean up this dog poop.
Yeah.
If you find it, you clean it up.
Yeah, totally.
That's the rule.
Man.
Yeah. The only other prank I've also already talked about where I threw a bunch of paper airplanes in Spanish class.
Is that a prank?
It's more like a weird thing I wanted to do.
That's it's a prank in the way that like a flash mob is a prank.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's not really a prank. It's just kind of like a showy thing that you do at an unexpected time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you're not tricking
really
anyone.
Prank. No.
I guess you're tricking people by being like, I guess there's going to be no paper airplanes this period. That's the trick.
You guys thought there were no planes? Look at this.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
But that was so fun because it was like a lot. Because I tried to make everyone make planes, but mostly I made planes. So I brought in a trash bag full of paper planes.
God, I love that.
I don't know how I got through without someone wondering
what's in the trash bag.
Well, my teacher, everyone else knew because I told everyone what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was all for the teacher. All the kids, all the students knew.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't go that well because we were watching a movie that day, but the funniest part of it was like we ended up doing it all anyway, towards the end of the class. Mm-hmm. And my teacher was just super confused. He didn't know what to do. He was just looking around like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the bell rang and we were all walking out and he's like, all right, everybody, on your way out, if you could just pick up a couple airplanes.
So he's just purely confused.
He almost acted like it was normal. It's like, on your way out, just make sure you clear off your desk.
Yeah. He's like, I guess this is what kids are doing now. I guess this makes sense to them.
Have you pranked people?
Well, one time I talked about it on the pod, I tried to freeze my cousin's underwear.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it was just a block.
None of us, we're not that good at pranks, I guess.
I know, yeah. I've never successfully done a prank, I don't think.
Yeah.
I do the thing a lot where, actually, I'm very jumpy, but I only think it's because I'm like, I feel like I'm like kind of spacey where it's like whenever I'm like alone, I'm like really in my head thinking about a lot of
yeah.
stuff really hard.
Mhm.
So whenever there's something unexpected, I'm like, oh, I get like pulled out of it really quickly and I get really surprised. And so like, also, you'll relate to this. In the shower, I take my contacts out before I go in the shower because you're not supposed to shower with them in.
I leave mine in.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
You're not supposed to shower with them in. You'll get an eyeball eating amoeba. And that's true. I saw it on the Discovery Channel, bitch.
Is that current?
I think that's why, because there's like weird shit in tap water that it's fine if you ingest it, but if it goes into your eyeballs, it could eat your brain.
And it gets stuck behind my contact lenses?
Yeah, because you're going to get water in your eyes if you're in the shower. If you wash your face.
I'm going to keep doing it. I've been doing it for,
Well,
what, 20 years?
Well, Brittany, if you get blind on this fucking podcast, we're going to have to hire somebody to do the Instagram posts.
Because of how bad my eyes are, I think I'm more likely to fall and die if I don't have my contacts in.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to slip. I already worry about slipping. I got to be able to see what I'm doing.
We know.
Yeah.
But so Dave will do this thing where I'm like, I'm in the shower and I can't see.
Oh.
And then he'll just like pop out and it scares me every fucking time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, not like, oh, I'm always like, oh! Like I always make like an insane noise and it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, it is scary.
So he
you
doesn't
can't
have to
see a face. It's just as like a colory shape.
Yeah.
Like a little blob.
And the other thing is, like, it's a nightmare of mine to be in the shower, naked, wet,
yeah.
no contacts in, can't see anything.
Yeah.
And then a fucking guy walks in. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm gonna hit him with my fucking pumice stone that I used to, like, scrape the bottom of my feet.
And this is what women have to do.
Yes.
Every place we're at where we're vulnerable, we're like, what do I do if I get attacked here?
Yeah. And
a lot of the time when I'm in the shower, if I start to imagine it, I'm like, okay, what's my plan?
Oh, do you ever do this thing? Where I'll do this when I'm like washing my face and I can't see?
Oh, I hate this. Yeah. I get so nervous.
I do this all the time.
Soap's in my eyes.
Yeah.
I can't open my
I'm always like, I always do this. If you watched me wash my face just completely alone, I'd be like,
yeah.
So I'm
I
like,
do that too.
I'm like washing my face and then like scaring myself because I'm thinking about somebody behind me and I'm like, oh, and I open my eyes.
Then you open your eyes real quick and you close them real quick before the soap gets in there.
Yeah. Like literally every fucking
Me
night
too.
I do this.
Oh my God.
Every night.
I'm so glad we talked about that because every time it happens, I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
But I always forget about it.
Yeah. I will be having a completely calm, nice night alone in my apartment and then I'll be washing my face like, oh my God, like the whole fucking time.